येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। Okay, let us revise before we start today's class. In the previous class, we discussed about Swarupa Grahanam tata Savarna Grahanam. Swarupa Grahanam means considering the Swarupa of the word. The sutra is Swamrupam Shabdasya Ashabda Sangna. स्वं शब्दस्य मीन्स व्याकरणशास्त्रे शब्दसंज्ञान् वर्जयित्वा अन्यत्र शब्दग्रहेण स्वरूपग्रहणं भवति. It means whenever consider any word in grammar except for the sangna shabdas, in all other cases the exact word is considered, not the meaning or the object which is represented by that word. For example, in Agnerdak Sutra, Agnehe duck. The word Agni gets the duck. It means the exact word Agni is going to get the pratyaya duck, not the object or substance which is represented by the Agni. Shabda Sangnanam Grahanena tu Artha Grahanam Kriyate. But in case of Sangna Shabda, we are not going to take the exact word. We have to consider the Artha of that Sangna. For example, in Sutra Mider Gunaha, Mid gets Gunadesha. When we say Mid gets Gunadesha, it is not the exact word Guna which is going to be substituted. It is those letters which are represented by the word Guna are going to substituted. It means Mid gets either A, E or O, which are called as Guna. Here Mid gets Gunadesha, so Ikara in mid gets Ekara, which is a guna letter, it becomes med. So, except for Sangna, in case of other words, the exact word has to be considered. In case of Sangna, we have to consider the exact word. Sorry, in case of Sangna, we have to consider the Artha, the meaning of that Sangna. And we discussed about Savarna Grahanam. There are two, the first sutra, Anudit Savarnasya Shapratyayah. By Anudit Savarnasya, letters means Ayun, Ruluk, Evong, Ayauch, Hayavarat, Len, up to there, all Swaras and Hayavara, all these letters, and Udit Varnaha. Udit means those letters which have Ukarayas, It, Ku, Chu, Tu, Tu, Ku, these. They, if they are not given as substitute, if they are not given as Adesha, they represent their Savarnas. For example, in case of this sutra, Ad Gunaha, it tells Akara when followed by Ik letters, both combined together to get Guna Adesha. Here, Akara, Ad is the Panchami of A, as Rama, Ramat. Here, A in Panchami, it is At Gunaha. So here, Raswakara is given in Sutra, but it is not an Adesha, it is a Sthani. So this Sakara represents all its 18 types, Rasva, Dirgha, Pluta and other all permutations. And here E also. It is not only Rasva E here, it represents all its Savarnas. It can be Dirgha, it can be Pluta. That is the meaning. But here A and A, they combine together to form A, guna. So here A is given as an adesha, so it does not represent its Pluta version. So A plus E cannot become Pluta Ekara. But here A can be Pluta or E can be Pluta. E can be Pluta, but A cannot be Pluta since it is given as an Adesha. Similarly, A plus O, all this. The next sutra is Taparas Tatkalasya. Taparaha. Taparaha means if a letter is followed by or preceded by Takara, then that letter represents only those savarnas which require same time as that of that letter. Takarat paraha varnaha तथा च तकारः यस्मात् परः सः वर्णः उभौ अपि स्वकालवाचकानां सवर्णानाम् एव निर्देशं कुरुतः. For example, if you consider engah padantadati, in this sutra, A plus A, they combine to form A, or O plus A combine to form O. Here, we want only rasvakara. If it is dirgha, then this purva rupa will not be formed. A plus dirgha or O plus pluta in that cases this sutra is not applicable. This sutra is applicable only in case of rasvakara. So to mention only rasvakara, we add takara with that at. We say at to represent rasvakara only. Ati is the saptami of that at. So this is for representing only akara. This is taparas tatkalasya. Taparaha means that letter which has takara either before it or after it. Then it is called as taparaha. It represents only that savarna which requires the time as that of this letter. It means akara here represents all its six types. Rasva, udatta, rasva anudatta, rasva swarita, rasva anunasika, udatta, like six different pronunciation of rasva akara are there. This akara represents all those six savarna, but it doesn't represent six types of dirgha pronunciation and six types of pluta pronunciation. This we discussed in previous classes. Today we shall discuss about pratyaharaha. The exact word pratyaharaha is not present in any sutra in Ashtadhyayi, but it is used by different acharyas in different commentaries. The sutra by which pratyaharas are constructed is Adirantyena Saheta. The immediate sutra after those last three sutras. The first one was Swamrupam Shabdasya Shabdasangna 68, Anudit Savarnasya Cha Pratyayah 69, Taparastatkalasya 70, Adirantyena Saheta 71. Adihi Antyena Saha Ita. Adihi Antyena Adirantyena Visargasya Repa. Here Saha plus Ita Saheta Gunasandhi. A plus E Saheta. Adihi Pratama Vibhaktau. Antyena Ita. These two are in Tritiya. Actually, I have typed wrongly here. It is not Pratama Ita. It is Tritiya Ekavachana. Ita. The Tritiya of It. It. Anuruttihi Swam Rupam. Shabdasya Shabdasangna from that sutra. Swam Rupam. So Anvayaha अन्त्येन ita सह आदिः स्वं रूपम्. Antyena ita means with the it letter which is present at the end. Antyena ita saha means with that. Adihi means the beginning letter. Swam rupam, it represent its own form. Antima itvarnena saha gruhitaha adivarnaha, the letter which is present at the end along with the first letter, tayoho madhya vidyamananam varnanam swasya cha nirdesham karoti. The first letter with the last it letter represent itself and all the letters in between. Here, that in between, I told no, there is no word present in the sutra which supports that. Because Adi is there and Swam Rupam is taken as Anurutti, but there is no word which tells the Madhya Varnas are also represented by this Pratyahara. For example, Adihi represents itself and all the letters in between. So there is a paribhasha called as Tanmadhya Patitas Tadgrahanena Gruhyate iti. Tanmadhya Patitas Tadgrahanena Gruhyate. It is a paribhasha sutra. It means if there are some letters or something in between two, if you consider the first one, that first one represent all the in between also. It is the meaning of this paribhasha. By this, we know that these 18 are the thing pratyayas. That thing is the pratyaya only. The pratyayas are tiptasti, siptasta, mipvasmas, all these. The first letter is ti and ngakara from the last pratyaya mahing. If we combine these two, ti and ng, we get thing. Now thing represents all the pratyayas starting from ti and ending with ngakara. And we don't count usually the last it letter. Similarly, tang from this 18 thing pratyas only, tang starts from here. The ta and ng from mahing. So ta atam ja ta satam dvam itvahi mahing. These 9 are represented by tang. These are atmanepadi pratyayas. The first 9 are parasmaipadi pratyayas. Similarly, Sumaujas, Samorshas, Tabyambis, Gnebyambis, Gnasibyambis, Gnasosam, Neosup. These 21 pratyayas are abbreviated as sup. The su from the first and p pakara from the last. Sup represents all these 21 pratyayas. Within these pratyayas only, one more pratyaya, sut. Su from the first pratyaya, takara from fifth, out. So sut represents the first 5 pratyayas. And ap, tabyambis up to sup. Pratama ekavachana ityatah sup iti paryantam. Here it should have been top, because it is a top first and pakara at the end, so it should be top, but it has been mentioned as up in sutras, like anapyakaha is a sutra, there up is there. That up represent these 15 pratyayas. Why instead of top up is mentioned? Because there is a separate pratyaya called as top. So if we mention top instead of up, we get confused whether it is these 51, sorry, these 15 pratyayas, or is that top pratyaya. So to avoid that confusion, takara is not considered here. Akara in that pratyaya, akara in that pratyaya, and pakara at the end. they are considered, and this pratyahara is formed. These are all these pratyaharas. They are sangnas and they are used in different sutras in Ashtadhyayi. And there is one pratyahara, Trun. It represents these five pratyayas: Shanat, Shanan, Chanas, Shatru, Trun. I don't want to explain in detail about this because you may get confused at this stage. This is one pratyahara. True starts from, there is a sutra. लटः शत्रुशानजौ अपratama samana adhikarane iti sutram, by which let lakara gets shatru and shanaj. In that sutra, shatru shanachau, lata shatru shanachau is there, no? In that shatru, that through is there, not from that through up to, then one sutra is there after that sutra, that is trun. The sutra is trun only. There nakara is taken. There nakara is taken. This through is not from this trun. It is not this through here. There is shatru here. That through is taken, and all the pratyayas which come from that sutra and up to this sutra are collected in this pratyahara trun. Trun represent these five pratyayas which is used in a sutra. Na lokavye nishta kalarta trunam iti sutra. There trun is used, and there trun represents all these five pratyayas. If you don't understand this, it's okay. Just I am giving the all possible pratyaharas. Whenever you understand the subject deeply later, then if you come again to this video, you will understand better, I think. Similarly, sang. Sang means sakara from san pratyaya, and ng means ngakara from mahing, ear. Vahi mahing, the ngakara from ear. So sang represents all the pratyayas which are given to, which are attached to dhatu. The first is sun, then nij, ning, yang, all about more than 200 pratyayas are there. This represents all sang. It is used in one vartika. And we already know that pratyaharas, mainly we know that these pratyaharas are formed using Maheshwara Sutras also. These are the Maheshwara Sutras. Aivun, Rulu, Kevong, Gayauch, Hayavaret, Land, Yamangananam, Jabain, Gadadash, Jabagadash, Kapachatata, Chatatau, Kapai, Shasasar, Hal. The red ones are it letters, they are not counted. For example, Maheshwara Sutrebhyaha, Ak means starting from A up to K, Kakara. Kakara is here, Akara is here. So Ak means Aivu, Rulu. Similarly, Eng means A starting from O up to Nakara. A-O. H means I-Au. H means A-O, I-Au. H means Aivu, Rulu, A-O, I-Ouch. We already know this one. Eng means A-O, H means I-Au, Ik means E-U, Rulu, starting from E up to Lu. Uk means starting from U up to K. Urulu, like this. Now we shall discuss why the sutras are made like this only. Why the letters are added here only. Nakara would have been added. Why Nakara is not added after Ru? Why it is not added before E? That we shall discuss now. Why these it letters are placed specifically here only. For example, we want Aivu to be represented by a pratyahara, not others. So if we add nakara here after ru, then and means a, I, u, ru. But we don't want ru. We want only a, I, u. So and is nakara is placed here. If we place nakara here, then we get and means a and e, a, e. But we don't want a and e together in any sutra. So there is no use of placing nakara after e. So we want a, e, u in some sutras. So nakara is placed to form the pratyahara han. One of the example is dralope purvasya dirgonaha is the sutra. By this sutra, if ra comes after ra or if da comes after da, the first ra or the first da gets deleted. For example, in punar ramate, the first ra gets deleted because of the second ra which is present after this first ra. Now puna plus ramate. Once we delete this rakara, then the an letters before that gets dirghadesha. It gets dirghadesha. So rasvakara becomes dirghadesha. Puna ramate. This is true in case of a, e, u. If the swara here is a or e or u, then only that dirghadesha will happen. If it is ru or other h letter, then that dirghadesha will not happen. So we want only these three only. For that, nakara has to be placed here. And presence of kakara after lu. We want a, e, u, ru, lu in some sutras. So kakara is added here. If we place kakara after ru, we don't get lu, which is required. So it is placed after k. If we place kakara after a, we get a also, a, e, u, ru, lu, a, but we don't want a along with these letters in any sutra. So kakara is placed here. For example, ak. Ak means akas, a, e, u, ru, lu. It is used in the sutra akas savarne dirghaha. Ak when followed by its savarna, then both combine together to form dirgha is this meaning of sutra. This sutra is applicable for these letters only, not for other letters. For example, a and a. In case of these, here also a is followed by its savarna, but since a is not an ak letter, this sutra akas savarna dirgha is not applicable here. So presence of nakara, a and o are required in a sutra. So nakara is placed here. If we place nakara here, only a is only a is obtained, but we want a and o together. So to represent a and o together, nakara is added here. Even in our conventional alphabets, the sequence is A, I, O, O, A, I, O, O. But here the order is changed because we want A and O together, not A and I together. So we want only A and O. So the order is changed here and nakara is placed here. Yang means A and O. It is used in this sutra. Adeng gunaha. At yang gunaha. At means rasvakara by taparas tatkalasya. This takara is added for rasva swaragrahanam. It should not represent its savarna. So this takara is added. So at means rasvakara and yang means a and o. Adeng gunaha at rasvakara yang a o. These three letters are called as gunaha. A, E, O. The second sutra, first adhyayi. Adeng gunaha. A, E, O are called as guna. The Sangna guna is given by this sutra. Then presence of chakara here. We want I and O together in some sutra. So chakara is added here. One of the sutras is Ruddhiradeich. Ruddhihi at aich. At means dirgha a. Aich means I and au. So a, I and au. These are called as Ruddhihi. Presence of takara. Here we want all the letters from akar, all the swaras and ayavara together in some sutra. So takara is added. We don't want lakara in that sutra. So takara is added before lakara, or lakara is placed after takara. In normal study, we get ya, ra, la. Before va, we get la. But in this sutra, vakara is present before la, lakara, because this sutra does not, this pratyahara should not include lakara. So it is placed after takara. It is placed here, takara. The sutra is Adkupwam Numyavayepi. In this sutra, the at pratyahara is used, which is Ai Vurulu Evo Ayav Hayavara. These all letters. N. We want Yavarala in Iko Yanachi. Yen Achi. Yen means Yavarala. We want these four. So they have been play that laka that un we want this four. So nakara has been placed here. Suppose if it has placed here, then naka nya is also included, which is not desired. So it is placed here. Even here ayavara, the sequence would have been yarava. It could have been yarava also, but it is yavara. The purpose for this is, in Ikoyanachi, ik letters gets end letters. Ik means e, u, ru, lu. Ik gets end means these four letters get replaced by these four. Yavarala. So e gets ya, u gets va, ru gets ra, lu gets la. If the sequence had been ya, ra, va, then it would have mean e gets ya, u gets ra, ru gets va, like that. No, it should not be like that. So for e it is ya, it is u here. For u it should be va. So va is placed before ra. Then makara, the presence of makara here. We want these letters in together. So makara is placed here. Yavarala Nyamaganana by Pratyara Yam, starting from Ya here up to Makara here. It is used in this sutra. Alo Yamam Yamilopaha. And presence of Nyakara here. We want only these two Varga Chaturtaha, not other three. So Nyakara is added here. For example, in Pratyara Yai, starting from Yakara up to Nya. Yavarala Nyamaganana Jaba. The sutra which is in which it is used is Ato Dirgo Yayi. Ato Dirgo Yayi means Ato means Raswakara. It is Raswakara. Yayi means any pratyaya starting with these any one of these letters. Then Dirgaha. The Takara gets Dirgadesha. So consider Pat A Mi. Here Pat that makara me, that me starts with makara, which is here. It is a yai letter. So when akara is followed by yai pratyaya, then it undergoes dirghadesha. So it becomes pata, patami, patavaha, patamaha. This va, this ma, all are in. This va is here, ma is here. So they become patami, patavaha, patamaha. Similarly, rama, byam. That bakara is here. It is a nyai letter. So this rasvakara in rama undergoes dirghadesha and becomes Ramabhyam. But that rasva will not get dirghadesha if it is followed by gakara, dakara, dakara. So we want only ja and ba to be included. So this nakara is added there. And just presence of shakara here. We want only varga chaturtha in some sutra. So to include all this, shakara is placed here before any other letters. Jashas tator dodaha. If a just letter is followed by alpa pranatha or mahapranatha, then both ta they get replaced by dakara is the meaning of this sutra. Jashaha tatoho do daha adaha. For example, consider lab plus ta pratyaya. Kakara is it gets deleted ta. Here bh, that bakara is a just letter. Here bakara is present. When it's followed by takara, that takara gets replaced by dakara, then this bakara gets jashvadesha, it finally form is labda. And all these sutras and their meaning, I am just explaining for your curiosity. I don't expect you to understand in detail those sutras. Even if you don't understand anything, then also it's fine. Uh, mm, just I am quoting some examples. If you understand why shakara is present, why makara is present, why not here, then it would be sufficient. Jash, Jashtva Sandhi. Jash represents these five letters. Varga Tritiyaha. We want these five together. So shakara is placed here. It is used in the sutras like Jalam, Jash, Jashi. Jal plus Jash. If a Jal letter is followed by Jash letter, the Jal letter undergoes Jashvadesha. In the same example we quoted before, here Lab plus Dha, this now that Bakara is a Jal letter because Jal covers from year to year. So Bakara is there in that Pratyara. It is followed by just letter. Again, just represents all the letters from year to and year. So this undergoes what Jashvadesha. So Bakara becomes Rasva Bakara. It becomes Labda. Similarly, presence of Bakara here. This sutra is this sutra is Naschavya Prashan. In this sutra, Chav Pratyara used for that. We want only Chacha, Tata, and Tata, which are covered by this Pratyara. And Yai, Kapai, that Yakara in this sutra. Anuswarasya Yai Parasavarnaha. In case of Anuswara, if it is followed by an Yai letter, then it gets Parasavarnadeshaha. Yai represents all these letters starting from ear up to Kapai, ear. Yavarala, Nyamaganana, Jabagadada, Kapa Chatata, Chatata, Kapa. All these letters. For example, Mukam Karoti. Here, Anuswara is followed by a Yai letter. Ka is a Yai letter. So it undergoes Parasavarna. So Parasavarna means Anuswara. For Anuswara, since Anuswara is pronounced using nose, Savarnas of Kakara, which is pronounced using nose is Nakara. So that Anuswara becomes Nakara. Mukam Karoti. Similarly, Pangum Langhayate. Here Anuswara, after that Lakara is there. So Savarna of Lakara, which is um, which is substituted in place of Anuswara is Anunasika Lakara. Pangal Langhayate. Narayanam Namaskritya. Here Nakara. Nakara itself is Anunasika. So this Anuswara will be replaced by Nakara. Narayanan Namaskritya. But in case of Ramam Shamsati, we don't what Parasavarnadeshaha. Shakara will not get sorry, this anuswara will not get any parasavarna adesha because that shakara is not a yai letter. Yai covers one up to year only. It doesn't cover this shakara. So yakara is placed in there. And we want chair letters. These chatata, kappa, shasa, the varga pratama and shasa. So rakara is placed. I was wondering why this kappa are not placed here, but we want up from year up to year. If ka and pa are placed here, then char represents all those, but we don't want the mahaprana ka and mahaprana pa, so they are placed here. It is used in some sutras like Abhyase Charcha and Laka, placing of Lakara here. For example, one of the pratyayas, Jal, it covers all these sutras. Eco Jal is one of the sutra where it is used. Jal represents all these. Okay. Eco Jal. In case of a San Pratyaya, which does not get Idagama, it acts as Kit Pratyaya. Though it is not Kit, it acts as Kit. The presence of Kakara in as an it in a Pratyaya is to avoid Gunadesha. So, Kru does not get Gunadesha. So, I don't want you to understand, even if you don't understand. Sorry, I don't expect you to understand. It's okay. It is used in sutras like this. So, Akara is present twice in Maheshwara Sutras, here and here, because the Pratyara requires Hakara to be presented like that. Because in Hatkupwang Numyavayepi, we want Hakara also. Along with these Ach and Yavara, we want Ha also. So it forces to place Akara somewhere here. So we don't want, if you place Ha here, end represent Ha also. We don't want Ha here. So it has been placed in the first place. And here also we want uh, Hakara in Pratyaras like Jal. But if you consider Jal, without this Akara, we don't get Hakara. Since Akara is present here, if it is not present here, we don't get. So we want Hakara. So it is placed again. The purpose of placing twice is to create convenient pratyaharas. And lastly, in case of all the Vyanjanas present in Maheshwara Sutras, they are all the pure Vyanjanas. Just we say Aya, Vara to along with that Rasva Akara, it is just for sake of Ucharana. So they are pure Vyanjana only. But in case of La, it is Akara. It is La L plus A. That A is called as it letter in case of La. A Pratyara called as Ra is formed using that it letter. Ra represents from R up to this it letter A. So R and L and A is it. So it is used in sutras like Uran Raparaha, Uhu and Raparaha.